Hello, pup parents, and welcome to today's episode of the Perfect Pup Podcast. My name is Devin. This is going to be a quick episode. It's a little bit different than one that we typically do. I just want to tell you 3 dog behavior and dog training books that I think every pup parent should read to raise a better, more well-rounded dog. So let's get right into it. Quick reminder, in the month of July 2022, if you leave a review of this podcast on Apple Podcasts and send a screenshot to devin@pupford.com, devin@pupford.com, I will send you a coupon code specifically for you to get a free gift with your next purchase. So don't forget to do that. All right, so the first book that I recommend for pup parents is Don't Shoot the Dog by Karen Pryor. Karen Pryor is one of the originators of clicker training. So a lot of this book deals with clicker training, why it's important, how you can use it to improve your dog's behavior. It also goes a lot into things like shaping and capturing behaviors, which are often really synonymous with clicker training. It goes into how to get rid of bad behaviors that you may not want. And it really talks about, why we should use positive reinforcement and how it can be helpful for our dogs holistically. It's a great read. Very highly recommended by almost anyone you'll ask. Another book that I really like is Culture Clash by Gene Donaldson. This one, it's definitely about training and behavior, but it goes a lot into how we have misconceptions about our dogs and about how they behave and how they exist in a human-first society. How we often look at dogs and think of what we see on the movies or in TV shows as a reality, and how that alone can set us up for failure and even set our dogs and puppies up for failure. So it can be a little bit technical, and there are parts where you might feel like it's a little bit combative. The points that she's trying to make and the points that she does make, they really can change your thinking and help you kind of reassess how you're approaching your dog generally, not just from a training and behavior, but just how you're interacting with them and how you expect them to interact with the world and the culture that they are a part of. It's a great, great read. I highly recommend it. The third one, Zach George's Dog Training Revolution. It's a #1 seller for a lot of reasons. Us here at Pupford, we're very linked in with Zach George. He teaches 30-Day Perfect Pup, which if you haven't signed up is a lot of what's in his book in a free course. But I do think that the book goes, more in depth, and it gives you information, not just around training and, teaching things like sit or potty training, but also talks a lot about kind of the whole sphere of becoming a pup parent. So prepping and choosing the right dog and getting your home ready and those types of things that can just make a difference as you are training. And, I personally have met Zach a couple times. He's a great person. He really does care about dogs and about advocating for better training methods, because there's so many bad training methods out there still. So I highly recommend his book. A few bonus books here. I'll just kind of go through them quickly. These are some that I stumbled upon. I haven't necessarily read, but they are highly recommended in a lot of different places I've done my research. One I actually have read, it's called How Dogs Work by Raymond Coppinger. It's very technical. It is very understanding the mechanics of our dogs' brains and understanding, why they do certain things. It can be a little bit dry, frankly, and that's what a lot of the negative reviews are. But if you want to understand from a more technical perspective about how your dog is actually learning, I highly recommend How Dogs Work. The Other End of the Leash by Patricia McConnell. This is one of the most recommended that you'll find if you go search online in forums or threads or wherever you kind of get information. It is a very, very popular book about, again, kind of going into behavior, but also, how we interact with our dogs. And then another one that is highly recommended is Meet Your Dog by Kim Brophy. If you haven't heard our episode where I interviewed Kim Brophy, it's one of my favorite interviews I've ever done. I found her to be extremely knowledgeable, and the information that she's presenting is a lot about how we don't often enough think about our dogs' breeds and how that relates to how we should be interacting and training with them. Like I said, I highly recommend, I know learning from places like social media or even the Pupford app, it's really good. It's really valuable. But I think if you want to become a better pup parent and better understand your dog, it's important to read books like these to just expand your knowledge. Just like with any topic, if you want to have a better understanding, it's, bite-sized pieces on Twitter and Instagram, they can help. But really reading and understanding more about dog behavior and how training works and how operant conditioning works, those types of things. It will be so beneficial for you in the long run. Of course, we'll have all these books in the episode notes, so be sure to check those out. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Again, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts. And other than that, we will catch you on the next episode.